We start our story at Threshold 5, Life on Earth. In big history, there are 8 thresholds. Thresholds are the big key moments in history. Threshold 5, Life on Earth, is when life started to come about on Earth. Life is a very important role for pointe shoes because we need people to make and wear pointe shoes. In Italy, 1823, Amalia Brugnoli created the original pointe shoe. They first started as satin slippers with leather soles, darning on the sides and pointy at the front of the shoe. Pointe shoes were created to make dancers' lines look longer and enabled dancers to do much more than on ballet flats. Marie Tagnoli was the first female dancer to perform a whole show en pointe. Anna Pavlova, the creator of the modern-day pointe shoe, took her pointe shoes and flattened the top of the shoe to create a sturdy platform for balancing and made the box wider to make her shoe fit better on her foot. Dancers used collective learning to evolve pointe shoes so they were easier to dance and balance on. Collective learning is when multiple people contribute to an idea or object and it changes over time. Then Anna Pavlova traveled to America with her design and started the first international brand of pointe shoes, Capezio. There are now over 80 different brands of pointe shoes. The most popular ones are Capezio, Freed, Suffolk's, Block, Gaynor Minden, Russian Pointe, and Grishko. Pointe shoes take 2 days to make, and dancers wear them out in 12 to 15 hours. The parts of the pointe shoe are the platform, vamp, the toe box, drawstring, the throat, the shank, elastic, the ribbons, and the pleating. I am going to explain how Freed makes their pointe shoes. First, they choose a last that is similar to the dancer's foot and uses a staple gun to attach the sole to the last. A last is a wooden or plastic mold on which a shoe is made. Then, they put the fabric on the upper over the last and pin at the toe and staple the upper of the seat of the last. The upper is the part of the shoe above the sole, and the seat of the last is the bottom back of the last. To build the block, the box on which the dancer stands on, they use a combination of paste, hessians, and cards. Next, they pleat the shoe around the last, tie the shoe down, and cut off any excess material. After being stitched, they remove the staples and cut down the shoe ready for turning. They then put paste on the insole. Then, they turn the shoe right side out and put it on the last and shape the shoe using a polished hammer and then insert the insole. They then leave the shoe in an oven at 80 degrees Celsius overnight and take it out in the morning. Some shoes require the sole to be tacked down. They then measure and mark where the vamp, sides, and back of the shoe need to be cut. After the shoe is cut, it is put through its first stage of binding. The second round of binding finishes the shoe, attaching the drawstrings. Finally, the shoe is checked and shipped out. When you get your shoes, you need to sew on the ribbons, sew on the elastic, and tighten the drawstrings. Then, you have to break in the shoe. Dancers have certain things they do to break in their shoes. For example, some cut the back half of the shank off, some cut the satin off the platform of the shoe, and some just simply roll through their shoes. These are just some examples, but there are many more ways to break in pointe shoes. We are starting to see more and more people wearing pointe shoes in the dance community, including male dancers. There is actually a drag ballet company called Le Ballets Trocadero de Monte Carlos. The concept of pointe shoes has changed so much during the modern revolution, and I hope to see more people open to using them.